I like to joke about, I mean, it gets laughs on both sides of the aisle. May not be PC, but I like to say that Obamacare gave me cancer because before I had health care, I was fine. You know, I didn't have any problems. My knees were good. All my blood was fine. My heart was great, and I didn't have cancer. Since having health care, I've discovered that my knees are both candidates for replacement. I've got hypertension, blood, so I got to take medicine to keep my balance there. And that I've been diagnosed with melanoma, which was a childhood birthmark, which back in December we had excised, removed, and supposedly everything went well. But 5 months later, in June, I was told that it looks like cancer has shown up again, in this time in my lymphatic system. So it's been an interesting journey. So during the course of I started healthcare maybe a little more than a year ago. I started finding out these things, right? And I was first diagnosed in October with cancer. So, but you bring your car to a mechanic, for example, and you take your car there. This guy's a mechanic. He's got his license on the wall. He's been there for a while. Somebody's recommended him. You go to this guy, you leave your car. The guy tells you what's wrong with it. He fixes it. He shows you the parts. And you drive away satisfied. You got a car. It's working again. Or he tells you need other work. You go to doctors, and now doctors in our society, at least from my perspective, is that these guys are the most educated. They know what they're doing, and we put a lot of faith and trust in them. That when I go to see a doctor now, I'm gonna be taken care of. Everything's gonna be. It's not the case. It's so segmented and fragmented that this guy doesn't talk to this guy, and this procedure wasn't done because nobody told this guy to do it. And it's just like all of a sudden you find out that, wait a minute, I get more from a plumber and a mechanic from what they offer and what they deliver than I get from the medical profession. And if I don't ask the right questions or I don't push them, so I have to know what it is that I need to, like during my cancer process, the surgery, this doctor was supposed to do this particular thing, this test with dye to see where my cancer was draining into my lymphatic system, which he decided he didn't need to do. So they didn't have a record of where my cancer was traveling to, and they didn't biopsy that to know that there was cancer cells there, and that's why I had to wait 6 months to find out that it did travel someplace else and I haven't. Now, I don't know any of that stuff, but everybody's telling me, well, why didn't he do that? The oncologists go, why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do that? And I'm just telling you, if you have to see a doctor for any reason, realize that you just can't just hand it over to them and think you're being taken care of. The system isn't designed like that. You have to follow through with everything. You got to talk to them. You got to ask questions. You got to make sure they're doing their job, which is something I never thought I would have to do when it came to that level of professionalism. I thought you hire a videographer, you hire somebody, they come in, they do their job. If they don't do it, they don't get paid, right? They don't, or you have dispute. But in the medical profession, it's just like, it's the holy cow or whatever it is. And like, we trust it emphatically, and we shouldn't. This is my experience. And I think if I had known that going in, I probably would have had a better managed healthcare situation than I have right now. And right now there's a lot of question marks in it. But so anyway, I've got cancer now. So cancer means that stage 4, scary word, stage 4 melanoma cancer in your lymphatic system means it's got the superhighway to the rest of your body. It can go anywhere. It can show up anywhere. I could be dead in 6 months, theoretically. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just makes this all the more present for me. It makes the time I have has more texture. It has more presence, and I just want to stay with that because that is my life. And the gift of the joy, the love, the other people, and it's not only just me, but my life is comprised of a lot of people, and I love these people, and it seems, love me as well. So I want to spend my time mining that, feeling that, sharing that, expressing it. I was actually thinking of having a death party called a wake and bake or something like that, or wake and shake. You know, because like I've hosted a few ceremonies for people after they've passed, friends of mine that have left, and it's very quite moving, and there's so much love there, and so many people that are expressing that love, that it's a shame that we don't do that while we're alive, while we have a chance to express that to each other, when we can see each other and tell each other how much we mean to each other. Excuse me, I'm a little choked up because it's important. It's important to share the love, to express the love that you feel. And there's so much love and so many beautiful hearts that we can touch, that touch us in ways that we never would have expected. Kindness that is unfathomable.